Hello, I'm your host Angelina, and you are listening to V.I.P podcast, where we talk about very important people, ponies and pooches. I hope you're having a great start to your 2021. Let's hope this year is better than the last. In today's episode, I will be going over COVID-19 UK equestrian guidelines and having a guest who is very important to me, my boyfriend Alan. For those of you who are like me and are based in the UK, as you probably know, we are currently at the start of a 3-month lockdown. If you are slightly overwhelmed by all the information there is out there on the restrictions, here are the basic UK rules for equestrians. Riding schools are closed for public lessons and activities. Arena hire is not permitted. However, arenas can be used for exercising horses which are stabled at the venue, livery yard or riding school. Horse owners, loaners and sharers can continue to travel to care for and exercise their horse. Livery yards can continue to allow horse owners, loaners and sharers to care for and exercise their horses. Horse riding can continue, although all organised activities and competitions will be required to stop. Essential visits for the welfare of the horses, e.g. farrier, vet and physio, can continue. I have posted these rules on VIP podcast social accounts such as Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. The BHS are keeping everyone updated on their website if you wish to search for further details. Anyways, as the starting episode, and with all that is going on in the world right now, I have decided to bring to you a fun and light-hearted interview with my not-so-horsey boyfriend. Alan is very new to the equestrian world and has only recently started learning how to ride his pony Charlie. So, today I am going to quiz him on the equestrian lingo, some of which he may already have picked up, whilst others he may be very confused by.
Thanks for the introduction, I guess. Yeah, like she mentioned, I am her boyfriend, but not only that, I would say I'm also the editing guy for this whole thing, so I guess you could say I make this thing work. Yeah, I mean, just coming into the horse thing is definitely a very different thing than what I have done, because obviously I grew up mostly in the city. There was occasional bits while I was out and about in the countryside, obviously, but never really majorly as it is right now. Surrounded by horses, dogs, and just everything. It is a bit crazy.
Do you like living in the countryside now?
It's different. It's definitely a nice outing. You know, you can just go out and just it's more freedom, I guess. Living in the city, there's different things. There's different pros and cons when it comes to the city and when it comes to the nature side of living out in the farms and that kind of stuff. And I think I prefer it to the city.
The only thing you don't like is the bad internet connection.
That's the worst. Can't have it. No, yeah, but other than that, no, it's pretty great. I can't. Other than, you know, shoveling poo all day long. Other than that, it's alright. It's not too bad.
Okay. So, would you like to start with the quiz?
Yeah, we can go with the quiz if you want.
So, as you know, this is about lingo.
Mm.
Do you know what we mean by groom?
Yes.
You do?
Yes. So I believe a groom is a person that takes care of the horse, right? Like, looks after the horse, make sure they are taken care of, they look good, they look clean, etc., right?
Yes, but who would hire them? Like, would you class a rider as a groom? Or would you class it as someone that's hired?
No, because the difference I would say is the rider is the one that specifically rides the horse itself. Whereas I would say the groom's more like, it's like he's like a servant to the rider. He takes care of the horse for the rider. But I wouldn't say the rider.
Yeah. So
would it be normally hired by the rider themselves, or would it be like the stable yard that you're at?
That all depends on the agreement you have, really. So basically, the description we have here is the groom does the mucking out, the cleaning of the tack, the feed and water, the cleaning of the horse in general, the brushing, the clipping.
So just general taking care of it.
Basically, and they're hired to do so.
Giving me easy peanuts right now. Easy peanuts.
Okay, so do you know what we mean by a hand? And remember, at any time you can ask me to put it in a sentence.
A hand. Put it in a sentence. I got a clue.
Okay, so hands high.
A what?
Hands high.
That's not a sentence. You just add an extra word. That's not a sentence.
Yeah, but we talk in hands high. It's like
put it in a sentence.
Okay, the horse is 15 hands high.
So as a measurement of the horse, how tall it is.
Yeah.
Okay. It's easy enough.
What?
Why hands? Right, you British thing have this weird thing.
It's not
Feet,
British,
hands.
it's equine. Okay.
First I measure in feet, then I measure in hands.
Yeah, so horses are measured in hands high.
Next, it's by pinky fingers.
So, crest. What is the crest?
Crest. I'm guessing it's not the same as a normal crest, as in like a logo.
No.
In a sentence?
It's, I don't know if I can put it in a sentence, but it's a part of the horse.
The crest. Would it be like the chest? Like the underneath the neck area?
What made you think that?
I think like oh yeah, by the way, we do have cups of tea.
Yeah, it's very important to
I was gonna just say crest, like as in crest is usually depicted like a shield. So I guess like a shield's usually held in front of someone's chest. It's like depict the chest kind of thing. So I'm thinking like the horse's front.
Do you want the answer?
Yeah, give me the answer.
So the crest is the bit along the neck, at the top of the neck, and it's where basically the mane comes out. But that's the crest. Sometimes you can have a floppy crest.
So top of the neck.
Yeah, basically.
Why just not call it top of the neck?
Because it's the crest.
Okay. So, I mean, you don't see me calling your top of your head called a crest.
No, that's a bit different.
Is it though?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Can you say so?
And sometimes people say that if the crest is hard, it could mean that they're either in or coming into Lamini.
That's the one where they got like horses arthritis, basically.
Not well.
It's where they go dodgy on the limbs.
Yeah, they go lame, basically.
Yeah.
So next one is paint.
Paint.
Yeah.
Who comes up with these names?
Our dog's just got a toy out, I think.
Yeah. No squeaky. Who comes up with these names? Paint.
Yes. So it's
like a finger paint.
No, I see. Leave it, buddy. So paint is, you can have a paint horse.
Like as in you can paint him?
No.
Like, I have no idea what you mean by paint horse.
Okay, what do you think it means?
Again, I have no clue. I have no idea what can mean by paint horse. In a sentence?
My horse is a paint.
Like a breed?
It's more American. So your horse would be classed as a paint.
Like a pony. Like a...
No.
I'm thinking like, I was about to say Shetland. It's not a Shetland.
No, Charlie is not a Shetland.
It's a what's it called? Cob.
He is a cob, but that's not what it is. A paint is a colour.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, but I thought you were gonna come up with some weird crap like crest.
So in Britain, we call the paint horses coloured or something like that. And Charlie is black and white, so he's a piebald. And then Crystal, she is skewbald, because she's brown and white, basically.
Why? Why you couldn't just go brown, white, black, white? So what do you call a black horse?
Black.
Oh, so you go easy on that one. When it goes multicolored, you're like, oh, yeah, it's a snowball or something.
It gets more confusing because what you would call a white horse is called a grey horse because of the Americans.
Goddamn Americans trying to simplify things.
And a grey horse is also called a grey or a dapple grey, depending.
Wait, so why is a grey horse? Why is a white horse called grey?
It's just what they're called. It's just a thing.
We need to stop
it just
that
is
being
what
a thing.
it is. Okay, so I know you used to get confused about this, but do you still? If I said I'm going out for a hack,
you're going out for a ride, like as in going ride out and about.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that one. That's fairly easy.
He didn't used to know that.
I always asked. Is that the one where you go out riding?
No, yeah, well, I actually don't know why it's called that, but yes, it's just something again that we just used.
I'm sure there's some historical thing behind it.
Probably. Maybe it has something to do with the breed of the Hackney horse. Who knows? Okay, so a sire.
Yeah, what now?
A sire.
A sire.
Sire. Yeah.
Like a messiah?
No.
The one that prays for the horse. In a sentence, please. I have no idea.
Okay. Black lad.
Yeah.
Is the sire.
Oh, is it like the wait? I'm gonna sound really like this is gonna sound really funny if I get this wrong. But is it like the one of the ones where like the part like wait, it's like neutered, like
No.
where it's like it's got like one testicle or something.
No. Right. A sire. A sire is the father of a foal.
Well, was miles. My man talking here about testicles and stuff.
So, no, in fact, a rig is the one that has only one ball. And then a gelding is the one that's been neutered. And then a stallion is the one that has everything.
The whole package.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was miles off.
So lunging. Do you know what we mean by lunging?
Jumping?
No.
Like a lunge forward?
No, it's not actually like the exercise we do.
It's not. Sentence?
I'm going to lunge Radley.
Stretch him out? Like give him a stretch or something?
I guess you could say that.
Huh?
Yeah, it's basically a method or form of exercise that you can give to the horse. It's mostly done on a circle. So you have a big lunge line, and you just lunge them basically, like walk, trot, canter, and you can do over jumps or poles. You can obviously not do it on a circle.
So it's like that big line, like basically.
Yeah,
you
like
touch it and
you were on the other day when you were riding.
Oh,
when you first started.
Yeah, I thought the name was familiar.
Okay.
Like if you said lunge line, then yeah, I would have figured that one out.
Comes from it. So the frog.
Okay, now you're making stuff up.
No, I'm not.
This is gonna be like another exercise or something.
No,
The frog.
it's another part of the horse. That's your hint.
The frog. Okay, what does a frog have to do with a horse? It's right, you just make half these up. The frog. Is it gonna be like its foot or something?
Yes.
Like the ankle specifically?
No.
The foot.
Something to do with the hoof.
Something to do with the hoof. The underside of the hoof?
It is on the underside of the hoof.
Is it like that weird? I don't know how to describe it because they got like a. Don't they have like a little indent side kind of thing?
Excuse me?
They have like a shape underneath, don't they?
A horseshoe shape.
Is it a horseshoe shape?
Right,
They're
so
like the
hoof
black,
is
so not the nail part, not like the white part. Like I mean, like the
the nail.
I mean, like the dark part of
The dark part. Okay, so I'm just going to read you because you've actually confused me. I'm going to read you my definition I have here. It's like a triangular shaped part. So if you say that's a hoof, it's like here.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah. So you got it. Kind of.
But I still confused you.
You even confused me. And it's very like delicate. You don't want to pick that out by
It's really
accident.
sensitive.
Yes.
It's a good thing I ain't a farrier.
Okay, moving on. A star.
Star. Oh, me?
No.
Well, I don't know. You called the underside of a hoof a frog. Give me in a sentence.
Gaiety Girl has a star. Sorry guys, I'm using names of the horses we have here as to help him a little bit.
Gaiety Girl has a star. So another part of the horse. Is it near the front end or the rear end?
Front.
Is it?
What do you think it would be?
I have no idea.
You have no idea.
The star. No clue. Genuinely no clue. Like the only thing that came to my mind was the little shave out print you get, the shapes you gave out when you shaved them.
Oh, okay.
Like
so I clipped my horse and I did all like funky like looking shapes on their bums.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of a star. Like you just shave him a star, like a little tap.
Although I didn't actually clip Gaiety Girl, so I don't know why you're thinking that. But I did do a star actually on Twizzle.
Oh, there you go. That's what I'm thinking of.
So a star is actually a marking.
Okay.
So that's on their like forehead, if you like. Some of them are actually in the shape of like a diamond-y star. Others can be like little weird shapes.
So you mean like kind of like the white stripe?
Yeah, but they have different names. So the star would just be like a little something at the
Something
top.
on the actual forehead.
Yeah, like a little one.
Oh, okay. That makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
Naming it a star is a bit dodgy if it's like a circle.
Well, I mean, most of the time they are kind of resembling stars or diamonds.
Okay. Yeah, that one I give you.
Thanks. So, green. What do we mean when we say something is green?
It's alive. It means you can pass go. Collect 200. Green. Something is green. Is it to do with a horse again? Like as in...
Yes. Of course,
No, I mean,
this
like,
is a horse podcast.
No, I mean like the horse is green, or like how would you use it?
Yes, so let's say...
Oh, no, I know this one. I remember this one, guys. Yes, I got it.
How do you remember this?
I
We haven't
remember this
talked
one.
about this.
Yes, we have.
Have we?
So, yeah, we've discussed this on the yard when we were working before. We were talking about one of the horses that you bought, and that the owner said that the horse wasn't like he was what's it called, broken in.
Yes.
So he wasn't green. Green meaning that a horse doesn't know much. So it's like really it has to be broken in, and it has to be like taught how to do stuff.
Wow, he actually got that one, guys.
I told you I knew.
So the description we have here is when a horse is inexperienced.
Yes. I remember that having a conversation with you.
there you go. This one, to me, would be pretty easy, but I don't know if it would be for someone that's not horsey. So, English or Western? What do we mean when we talk about English or Western?
I do know this one as well. It's the writing style.
Oh, you do?
I do.
There you go.
I remember from, what was the film we watched? The cowboy film.
Oh, The Longest Ride.
The Longest
Brilliant
Ride,
film.
yes. Oh, it was okay. Yes, from The Longest Ride, I remember because you telling me about how they have it looped up at only one ear and stuff like that, and the equipment is different.
Yes.
So I do remember that. Different
See,
writing style.
watching films is amazing because you learn things.
You can learn stuff, believe it or not.
Okay, so another bit of tack is the girth.
The thing that goes under the belly. Or in my horse's cage, it's too fat, so it doesn't go under the belly.
So, what does it do though?
I'm guessing it stops the saddle from turning left and right. Like it holds it in place.
Well, it's supposed to, but not with Charlie.
With Charlie, you just do 180.
Charlie kind of is very round and barrel-like, so...
Still very lovely. He's a lovely horse. Doesn't like to
He
move,
is.
but he's lovely.
So are there any other words you have heard us equestrians use that you don't really understand?
I've heard you use no, but I'm sure there's probably some. Give me a second to think about. I don't think so. I mean, there's always like this weird stuff, like as in why do you call it mucking out? You know?
Well, it's muck. It's mucky.
Yeah.
You're taking it out.
But see, poo pick makes sense to me because you're just going in there just to pick up the poo.
I use that. See, I don't know if all equestrians do this, but I use mucking out. You're taking out the pee and the poo from the stable.
You just clean it. It's a full clean. Yeah.
And the haylage that they've wasted. If you are poo picking, to me that means you're going out to the field and taking the poo out. You're picking the poo up and taking it out.
Oh, see, that too, yes, but I was like also under the impression that like poo picking would be like you go to the stable and you just pick out the poo.
No, that's what I would call skipping out. You're just quickly taking some stuff out. You're not doing... So then, like in the morning, you'd go up and you'd muck out.
Yeah.
And then in the afternoon, you just do a quick skip out to take out...
The skip out also makes kind of sense because like if you take the mucking out and then... So you're skipping out the mucky, so you only do certain parts of it. That also makes sense, I guess. Another thing is, why do you always have some weird names for it? Like, why do you call it a stirrup?
It just is.
It just is.
I'm sure there's some reasons, but
historical background behind it.
It's just I've always grown up around horses, so I was actually born here on the stable yard in a caravan in the middle of winter. But yeah, I've just grown up around them. I think I was like 3 months old when I first sat on a horse.
Yeah, definitely not for me. I mean, my sister, I mean, none of us owned a horse, obviously, but my family's quite horsey related, so my mum loves the animals. She loves them to bits. And my sister, obviously, she went through the British racing school and doing all that stuff, and now she's working for, Paul Nichols, I think, is it? So it's, you know, she's definitely getting places for being 17. But me, personally, I never was really interested, because growing up in the city, I was more always interested in the computers and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like
he likes his gaming.
It's not just that. I mean, there's doing the course that I'm doing and stuff like that. But it is a nice change. Some of them are scary as hell. But for the most part, I feel like once you get used to that, the horse, it's kind of similar to having a dog. You know, you make that bond and you don't really...
By the way, Ice is panty.
Yeah, little boy is... He's trying to be
it's
loud.
not even that warm. It's just he just loves affection. When you give it to him, he pants. So if that's what you can hear, we do apologise. I know you have only recently become part of the equestrian world and not fully, just giving it a bit of a go. But having had a few lessons, have you realised that actually horse riding isn't as easy as some equestrians make it look?
Yeah, I will definitely tell you that the first time I came here, or the first time I saw my sister ride, it was definitely a lot more of, that looks easy, you know, just sit on a horse and you just go. After having a few lessons, I don't think so it is. No, it's definitely hard. You definitely look a bit like a plonker when you're on top there, just going up and down, trying to practice your canter. Oh, trot, yeah, trot. Yeah,
He's still
learning.
getting grips with the gates.
Why just running?
There you go. That's just
running.
Another word that wasn't even part of the quiz.
Like you can't just say that a horse is walking, running, jogging, sprinting.
No, it's walk, trot, canter, gallop.
Some man must have been off his nuts when he was creating that stuff. But yeah, definitely, it's not as easy as they make it look. Obviously, when I was watching you ride, I also thought like, it's just get on a saddle and go. But no, there's definitely some work to it. And when you have a horse like mine that doesn't want to move, you have to put in a lot of effort, and your legs give out halfway through, and then after an hour session you get off and you can't walk straight in a straight line.
Well, I was actually lucky enough to break in Charlie myself, and I've seen my mum break in many horses before, and he was actually my first to break in, and he was so well behaved through everything, and then he was hard to get going. You'd kick and kick and kick, and he still wouldn't canter.
He still doesn't.
But he would eventually. And then I used to bomb around in our fields on him and stuff. And then if something doesn't suit him, he will go straight up into a rear and stuff. So that's not so good. But Alan hasn't met that side of Charlie yet.
No, not quite yet. I mean, you struggle with him, especially when it comes to mucking out, because he doesn't like to move out of your way.
He's so rude.
But I don't think he is. I think you just take the wrong approach to him. He's a horse that likes to do his own thing, so you have to give him some time to do that. But
Alan just lets him get away with everything.
No, he does. When I tell him to go back, he does go back. When I tell him to move, he does move. He does like being around people. I think he just likes seeing people and just kind of likes interacting with them. Definitely looks. He's definitely like Icy, like our doggy. he loves cuddles, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. So, is there anything you don't like about the equestrian world?
The poo picking. Picking up the crap after the horses. You know what? I'm still not the biggest fan of waking up at 6 a.m. That's still a thing that I gotta get used to. Other than that, there's not really.
You don't have to wake up at 6 a.m.
But when your girlfriend is just turning around to you, he's like, wake up. Yeah, you kind of do. Yeah, you don't have to, but I mean, for all of you guys, the day starts for your friends, the day starts at 5:30 in the morning and stuff like that.
Well, we do have a lot of horses to look after.
Yeah.
And a lot of dogs.
But other than that, no, it's good. Coming from like the city, working in a restaurant, you have a lot of restrictions in a restaurant. So like, obviously I had to wear my uniform, and I couldn't wear any jewelry. Like I couldn't wear my necklaces or anything like that. Whereas coming into here, no uniform, wear what you want. And
you're not supposed to wear jewellery on horses.
But yeah, no, it is a lot more freedom. Obviously, like when you work in the city, your pay is way higher than if you're working out and about. But I think that extra freedom makes up for it with everything. So I can't really say I hated any of it. I don't even think I would dislike any of it. It's just it's different. So you kind of have to be up for it. Especially when I first started coming here. Before I moved in and stuff like that, the people that I spoke to were like the managers and stuff like that, or one of the managers was it. It wouldn't appeal to him, so you always think I'm a nutter, I'm crazy, that I want to go and muck out poo and pee after horses and want to help you. But to me, it was just it's a different experience. I'm all up for it. It's definitely fun.
Yeah. Why do you ride? That's a good question. What made you decide? Yeah, you know what? I'll give that a go.
Okay, well. The reason I ride is a really cute one, as you might say. Well, because so that way you have a partner out hacking. Obviously, horse riding isn't my forte. It's not really my first choice when it comes to doing things. But you go out hacking a lot, and I think it'd be a fun thing to do and a fun thing to join you to do. So, yeah, why not? Plus, it's a new skill to learn.
Because you want to spend time with me.
You
could have just put it like that.
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, no, it's I think it's quite fun. It's a new skill to learn. Not like it's an amazingly handy skill. Like you got to go over and be like, oh yeah, I can ride horses. It's gonna open doors.
No, I need a groom for myself.
Go buy one.
You can't buy a groom though.
You pay him technically buy it.
Don't say that.
But yeah, no, I think it's just I ride mainly because you go out hacking and I kind of want to join you. I think it'll be fun. Go for an hour and a half, a little ride.
Okay. So listeners, if you can think of any other words or phrases equestrians use that don't make much sense to non-equestrians, then comment and let us know what you think. Perhaps we can ask Alan to join us again and in the future maybe do another quiz based on our lingo.
Don't worry, secretly I'm behind every episode.
Thank you for joining us today, Alan.
No worries, thank you for having me. It was quite fun.
Hope you enjoyed it.
No, I definitely did.
And I look forward to bringing you all more pony and pooch themed podcasts. See you next time.
See ya.
Bye.